All right, folks, it's your last match of the day, and it is an elimination clash. One team will be going home, one team will be moving on. I'm Golden Boy, your host. A pleasure to be here as always. And let's just jump right into the action and introduce your first team, the Kings of the North, the Minnesota Røkkr. Back the Minnesota Røkkr! This team, no surprise here to be in a position to move on in this competition, looking for another Minnesota miracle here today. They did it once at the Stage 5 finals. Can they do it again? Can they stave off defeat against the NYSL, a team that they are not familiar against here? Both squads, as a matter of fact, barely playing against each other. Your starting lineup: Standy, Attach, MajorManiak, and Priestahh. Once again, the Minnesota Røkkr. But now it is time to introduce their opponents from the city that doesn't sleep. It's the NYSL.
Mack with the first blood. He just jumps on in. A flurry of kills through. Mack, though. Mack gets 3. What a second half of the hardcore he had. Nails all 4. The 8 for Big Mack. Upward timing. He gets flushed out. But Asim and Mack, that crossfire so good. Asim, all 4, give it to him. Takes down the entire side of FaZe.
This is just efficient work right now. As HyDra, he has the entire team straight in front of him, gets a couple shots now. Look how much he just slows them down.
Can he get the defuse player? He does. 23 seconds left on the clock. One more to deal with for Clay. This would be massive.
Making their way to the stage, the NYSL! After the crushing defeat against the Atlanta FaZe, the New York Subliners are turning to the veteran Clayster to lead them. Clayster, the first COD player in history to win every championship accolade. He, of course, is no stranger to these parts here. Whether or not the New York Subliners can pull one through is yet to be seen, but it will be a tough battle for both squads. As I mentioned before, not very familiar with one another, so we have no idea what either team could be bringing to the table here today, but your roster is going to be Mack, HyDra, Asim, and Clayster. One more time, give it up for the New York Subliners! And now it is time to jump into the action. Send it to your casters. Come on, Galen Center, let me hear you make some noise for your casters. You got Miles and Chance.
Oh, Galen Center, this is going to be an absolute treat. It's our last match of the day, but we promise you it's going to be a fun one. What a day it's been, bro. What a tournament it's been. Yeah. Like, from start to finish, like everything that's happened so far, it's been wild. It's been a treat to be back on LAN again with all the fans, and we hope you're enjoying the show from home. And this is going to be the end of the road for one of these teams.
And it just a gauntlet of a day for so many of these teams, right? You got New York, they're coming off a loss of a very quick 3-0. They had to play against FaZe, so it is the bounce back for these guys. How quickly can they make the return? And honestly, it's cracking me up, right? Clay earlier to the crowd showing off the money they just got in the bank account, and the crowd giving it right back to them. So it's been a good time. People are having having fun, and hopefully the gameplay matches that, because it has been so much fun today.
All right, let's get right to it then. Game fuel, keys to victory. Let's roll right in. Chance, New York Subliners, let's roll.
I mean, dude, the entire thing is about the mentality, right? You just wipe that series out of your minds, and something that was happening, like we had that listening right from map number 1, a little bit sloppy, not a ton of small talk, and they started making some key mistakes, easily getting broken on rotation, sometimes not even blocking spawns on like that raid P4, so they got to clean up the gameplay, and they got to clean it up very fast. Now, admittedly, now they got the series under the belt, a little bit of the pressure, I won't say is off because now it's elimination time, but let me tell you, it is different when you have to play against FaZe, so get that one out of your mind. For Minnesota Røkkr, though, it is a player-specific thing that I'm thinking about. Hardpoint is where it has been a struggle for these players, and Standy is the guy that can turn things around. Throughout Stage 5, when he is popping off, and when he does, it is great. A 1.4 in his wins, the man can take over, but when he is struggling, when he cannot find those kills, well, the respawns simply just do not go their way. And well, speaking of the respawns, if you can't win the hard points, you better be damn sure you win the controls. You get a Garrison where they have a 4-1 record throughout Stage 5, so they do have that safety net, but you gotta make sure that you are winning those offensive rounds.
There's your maps and those. Garrison, hardpoint up first. We have a checkmate in there as well. Raid, search and destroy for map 2. Map 5, standoff. First time we've seen it here at playoffs. Right smack bang in the middle there, though the control game mode will be Garrison. Well, we bumped into Brian Saint on the walk here, and what did he say? He was like, we really have to steal a respawn. We need to get one of those hard points. Coach of Minnesota Røkkr was like, that is going to be the goal for now. Here we go.
And the reason he's even saying just steal a respawn is just because of how goddamn good their S&D has been. I mean, they've been looking like, at times, the best search and destroy team in the world, at least throughout Stage 5, where they got that safety net. Even for the standoff throughout Stage 5, 3-0 record. They've been perfect. Even for the raid, 3-1 record, nearly perfect. So their search and destroy has been impeccable. That being said, New York is just one of those teams, man. One of those teams with the back against the wall when they're given some weird situation they have to deal with, they can pull a little bit of that New York magic out of their back pockets. Of course, long way to go before we get to the search and destroy Garrison hardpoint, where we're going to start things. And well, throughout Stage 5, 1-5 record for Minnesota. The hardpoint struggles have certainly been present on Garrison, in a 3-0 on the side of New York, which in that mind, or for me, that means New York needs this map number 1 win.
We'll see New York Subliners with the statistical advantage coming into this first map. And I want to say, I don't know where you are, Røkkr staff. I saw you handing out t-shirts and little glow sticks. I see you winning the fans over. And we appreciate your efforts. There you are, you maniacs. Right, let's get it. Map number 1. Straight to the point we go. First to 250 points. And along the way, we're going to see a lot of stuff.
Oh, and that is the man that you want to get the hot hand if you're on the side of Minnesota. But if you talk about a player that can respond, well, HyDra's able to pick up too. But in spite of the mistakes made, New York will take that small little opening, get inside this hill, and try to set up for this next wave of kills. Obviously, it is very early on, and they're playing that set of rotations, but just that little warm-up, sort of standard, trying to get the flow of things and make sure you get in the mix. Again, communication from both of these teams is key.
Key in the Call of Duty world, MajorManiak. Ooh, that would have been something special, though. He will drop, still hardpoint in the hands of Røkkr. Time accumulating their way. Standy, our player of the stage for that Major 5. Incredible performance from them. They have yet to really catch fire here at playoffs. But so far, a nice start indeed. First hard point cleaned up. Second hard point towards the top side of the screen. And the New York Subliners already in position. It's going to be theirs.
And they're playing a setup right now. They're expecting a lot of this pressure to come in through light side. That's why actually Asim, he is ready to help Mack out. He's right next to him, and we're standing against the kill. Boom, Asim, that is a homework being done. They know where these players from Minnesota like to push. So again, that little extra something, that prep work coming in full effect. And so far, so good. Looking for the full 60 as Minnesota, though, Priestahh. Gunfights like that open things up on P2.
And here we go. Clayster, last player up in the hill till the reinforcements shot. Standy be the one to push forward. Asim, though, here he comes forward, but with the teamwork covering him there, the hard point goes down, and with that, Subliners, they will now take the lead. 25 seconds remaining on this one. Trophies are in and about, and they're going to do what they can now to hold this time, push on through towards third, as New York, they have managed to find a resurgence of life here after that nice opening from Røkkr.
And I think attached, that's like 2 teammates, one on himself, one on his friend, and well, that's something that needs to be cleaned up just a little bit, just those little weird hiccups that you have. And keep in mind, there's a couple spawn outs as well, so you got to battle at that old hill while Minnesota are trying to lock down for new. Asim for New York, though, leading the charge for his team. He's gotten into tools and he gets caught. Standy aware as ever.
Yeah, Standy not letting anyone get through, nor's MajorManiak. We're looking at Attach now, just keeping an eye on that flank. Over to Standy inside the hard point. Head on the swivel. Eyes on tools. Now eyes towards the dark side of the map. And here come the Subliners. Standy will be the first line of defense. Whoa, a fresh magazine, but not quick enough. Priestahh, though, the next line. As again, the hard point now been opened. No one there that can grab it just yet. It's an open hard point. No one close enough. Is anyone going to get in there? HyDra makes his way forward. Standy and Priestahh still holding this one down. And Chance, an interesting bout. Still looking towards next with just about 20 seconds on the clock here. Not a whole lot going on in mid-map as far as Røkkr is concerned.
Yeah, you saw the name of the game right there from York. Is not to try to break the hill, but just to keep the enemy out of it. And well, they stripped away a little bit of time, but now actually a portion of the map is open. Røkkr, a small opportunity to start working themselves through dark, working themselves through caution. And well, Priestahh is there, ready for it. So is Asim, but they found the opening. As long as you deal with these players from lights, you can keep New York out of the hill, and it is going to be a scrappy fight before either team can secure a ton of time.
Looking to secure that time now. Røkkr in on the hard point, looking to find those kills. 2 so far. Things are looking good. Can they push this lead further? Let's go for a quick listen in and see how Røkkr are doing.
I have L.
Try to stay up.
Yo, top green. Hold my caution.
Top
green. Top green hill. Play aggressive here. They're spawning green hill, guys. They're all spawning bricks. Green play weak. I have a green dead. Arch on me. Watch out.
Okay, I'm jumping up. Okay,
Top green. Asim top green.
One's just spawn behind you.
They're gonna start splitting, guys. One's back down weak. HyDra.
You're backloading, Mack.
HyDra's front out. Nice, go in. Stay alive here. We're flipping them. Yeah. Rails the P1. Rails the P1.
Okay. I'm looking mid.
I'll see P1. I'm needing P1. I got play dead. Don't guys low green on me. Mack green, dead.
I'm buying where are you spawning? They're still spawning in the back.
Just spawning in the back.
Backloading.
I'm in you. Alright. I'm gonna play for March.
I got new time.
What's that old? I'm just sitting here.
One shot deep.
I've all mid. I'll film brick. Mid, Clay, dead. Tools, dead.
Nice, more maybe?
I'm staying out.
Mack was float. The rest one in the back. It's Mack.
Alright, I'm gonna turn bricks. Actually, you turn bricks. Back here. I'm helping for Mack.
I think they might work up out on me.
Yeah, I think they're working out. HyDra's back dead. Back loading. I'll see Mack.
One was mid.
Under be green maybe?
Yeah, he's looking for Mack. He's the last guy mid. Mid telling me, wait, be up.
All that. I'll get you. I'm gonna help you back alley. I'll get perception.
Chance, one of your game fuel keys to victory was Standy's going to pop off, and Standy doing just that. 17 and 7.
I mean, bro, 3 pieces, and it's not just the kills that he's getting to be the factor, even the communication, helping his teammates out, telling Attachment he needs to stay alive. Standy right now, Mr. Do It All, and for a team that is 0-3 in hardpoint throughout this tournament so far, and on this map throughout stage 5, 1-5.
Wow.
Standy is putting in work to turn things around, and Priestahh right behind him. That's going to be a 4 spree for him.
Yeah, Standy, you got a 3-piece. Hold my game fuel. I'm on a 4 spree right now. Here we go. Priestahh and the rest of Minnesota Røkkr pushing the lead forward. Here comes the rest of the New York Subliners trying to make their way in on this one. They've cleaned out bricks. Now it's over to the first hard point. Back in the second set.
A little bit of love for the team, and for good reason. It wasn't just Priestahh. Now Attach responding with a 4 spree of his own. New York, someone needs to start kicking it up just to deal with the SMG pressure, because again in the feed, Standy making an appearance. That's a clean 4 down, and that is a 5 spree. It is streaks that New York now need to be concerned about, because Attach is not just that. He's got the power position, he's got the rotation, and a couple players coming his way. These are gunfights that are almost difficult to lose unless Clayster can find the timing, and he can't, because of course Standy is there to protect his boys. Standy's got 20, Attach wants some streaks, and they got a 100-point lead.
6 in a row right now for Attach as it starts to get real quiet. New York Subliners are being put to bed so far. They need to find a sign of life, and quickly, because the light is slowly but surely fading. New hard points up. Over towards second in our second set. Top of the map, it's all theirs. Attach will be dropped. Unfortunate timing, but it's 3 for the New York Subliners now. An opportunity to go forward. Mack lighting up the kill feed, looking to turn this around slowly but surely, and they're in a great spot to do it now.
Yeah, talk about a potential momentum shift, right? You get that early rotation, you're doing everything right, going on streaks, and then boom, all 4 players die in New York. They will take that for sure and try and run with it. And Mack knows the situation. They know no one spawned out yet. All eyes are forward, and he's able to take him down. And well, 2 players surging. They're going to be able to drop him, but even still, look who's spawning out. It's the Minnesota Røkkr. Look who's starting to try to work on that rotation. It's Clayster, but he gets caught. HyDra's there for the response, but they get taken down, and hey, there you go for Minnesota, right? Don't let the game get too out of control. Make sure you're secure on this rotation, and that's what MajorManiak is concerned about. Metal boots all the way on that right side of the map. Knows he's waiting for his teammates to spawn up right next to him. It's about about a 50-point lead. Minnesota can really start to run away with this game on this next hill.
Good job not to let it fall into the hands of the Subliners there, as this would be a very different looking hardpoint so far. As you called it, MajorManiak number 6, far right-hand side of the map. He's pitching a tent, and he is big chilling while his teammates pick up the time. Priestahh, the defensive line holds! 5 in a row. Priestahh had no right getting that one. HyDra comes in with the trades, but is it enough? The time still ticking. 200 points crossed now as Røkkr, the finish line's in sight.
And someone needs to make the big play right now from York. It's going to be a couple players trying to flood out, but look who's there to shut him down. The flank is perfect from attach, and a suffocating one at that. You got to clear him out. You got to go so far. It's a hike across the map, and well, Asim, he spawns out, but number 8, he's ready for it. You got Standy inside the point, prepared for these kills. New York, they're just getting chopped down left and right. You got the spawns flip over towards New. 100-point lead, Minnesota. They have this game firmly in their grasp.
There's to lose. Over towards trash, hard point, now we go. Standy, this is an awkward fight. He's going to stay alive, trust his teammates. They pick up the kills. Clay, though, now looking to make their way forward. Hard point in the hands of Røkkr. The kills have got to be concise and very fast now for the Subliners. You've got to go, boys. You're starting to run out of opportunities. Mack making his way forward. He goes down. HyDra looking for the flank now. But again, the Røkkr defense so strong. But here we go. It's the father and son combo. Priestahh finds himself another 5 and chance 10 seconds. It's all they need, and Røkkr can call map 1 theirs. Will they get it done here? Looks like the Subliners have managed to get in just in time.
They're just waiting to put a stamp on this game. Even in the kill feed, you see Minnesota still racking up these kills. It is the final few moments. Standy's made his way, taking one down with him. Normally, he's able to get 2, but attached there for the trades. It is almost just the victory lap these players are waiting to take. A couple more ticks go by, and this has just been a dominant performance from the Minnesota Røkkr, keeping that momentum going. A team that when they are down, they are at their best. Losers bracket, this is not a place that they are afraid of.
An explosive start to the series, and the stats are going to show it in a moment. Brilliant stuff from Standy, though. Again, we gave him a lot of praise there in the Game Fuel Key, saying he was the player we really needed to see go, and this was the exact moment. The absolute pop-off. The kill on the Clayster may have been the last one, but important kills nonetheless. A swing of momentum finally going the way of Røkkr. This series starts with a bang.
And we've heard Standy talk about it, right? That like Rookie of the Year battle that's like coming through, right? Well, one name that hasn't even come out of Standy's mouth so far as I'm aware is HyDra. He's not even concerned about him. And well, in that game, maybe there's a pretty good example why Standy just completely taking it to him. That was one of the close to hard carry sort of performance. He set the pace from his start and is setting his teammates up. 5K damage. No one on his own team could even get close to him because he was frankly just leaving a path of destruction behind him. And hell, a minute and 23 seconds in the hill, the kid literally could do it all.
Well, there we go. The Roosters of Ragnarok may be crowing already for the New York Subliners, unless they can turn the ship around. Time for a quick commercial break. When we come back, Search and Destroy here at the playoffs.
I'm legendary. Yeah, you know. I'm legendary. You know. Let's go. Out of the
Call of Duty League is presented by Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Seany Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting seany.com/gaming. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Map 2 awaits us, but before we get there, Chance, that was a difficult loss there for the New York Subliners. That was their map in this series.
Yeah, that was the only map that they had a statistical advantage on, at least through Stage 5. It does get better from here for Røkkr, and at this point, I'm starting to be a little bit concerned for the New York camp, right? It has been a tough day so far. Brutal 3-0 loss they had earlier. Not a fun map, number one, for these guys to play. And keep in mind, elimination game. This is the end of the year for a team. If they lose in this situation, you need the bounce back for New York, but for Minnesota, I mean, keep the pedal to the metal right there. Yes, they took a very tough 3-0 loss from the Dallas Empire, but you got to imagine, this is the team that we saw in Stage 5 when they were down. They were literally never out. You can make the best comeback of all time. You can make a loser's bracket run as well, and the turnaround that guys like Priestahh had compared to the first series to their next. I mean, hey, you drop a 2.0 in Search and Destroy. This is where we're going from map number 2. Priestahh trying to have himself a day.
Yeah, we should probably have a word there with the LA Thieves. I think they're going to need, some kind of rabies shot, because that was a rabid P-Dog yesterday, 2.0 in the Search. We'll see if he can repeat that performance today, and he was barking. We'll see if they can get that one going, though. Again, that first hard point was a tough one. Røkkr coming out extremely strong. Search and Destroy on Raid coming up in a brief moment. And now for the New York Subliners, man. I mean, again, we heard Revan talking about it in those interviews for Mack and HyDra. This is a very, very a difficult spot to be in. This is uncharted terrain for those younger players. First time on a big main stage, first champs, first playoffs. This is a stressful situation to be in. Do they have the mental resolve to pull it back?
And look, the last time we saw Subliners play on Raid S&D, I mean, they look good. They have a game plan that they can execute, but if you had to pick one of the best teams to take them down and try to pick them apart in Search and Destroy, you have 4 players across the board right now for Minnesota that they just have the ice when it comes to S&D. I mean, the amount of different strats that these guys pull out, you could literally just go and look at MajorManiak's gameplay and see the adjustments he is making round for round. He is not a main AR when it comes to S&D. He is, I do whatever I want, and I'm going to make it work. Probably one of the most fun players to be able to play around, and of course, well, Minnesota, they have been loving it as of late, because it's not just him, right? You got the 2.0 KD coming out of Priestahh. You got Standy that obviously at any given moment can take over a game, and well, the last man that I haven't mentioned is Attach, the iciest player of all time. Like, he is that solidified at this point. They have got to be feeling good. So New York, this is their time. Try to turn things around one map at a time. Get those Asim claps going. And honestly, they can start playing off the energy of each other once they start to get hot. And they can look unstoppable too. It is just simply, at least so far, not been their day.
Well, as the many shirts you see there in the venue, it is never chalked, Chance.
Never chalked.
Never, ever chalked. Until it is. And at that point, you can't say that anymore because it truly is chalk. But here we go, friends. We're going to get this one going once again. The audio issue has been resolved very quickly and swiftly thanks to our wonderful staff there on stage, making sure that the show keeps on rolling. Here we go. One more time. One more. Skirt. So we get this one underway. Map number 2. Here we go. Subliners looking to level up the series. That famed equalizer. We haven't seen too many of those today. But for Røkkr to go 2-0 here, Chance, what a way to get it done.
And look, I know it was only one map, but earlier in Miami, New York was very happy to completely push the pace. I don't know if they'll bring in a similar vibe here on Raid, but just something to keep in mind. It looks like really on defense, New York, it is the triple stack. They are going to be ready for these gunfights. MajorManiak gets the edge, but doesn't want to take the gunfight. They have completely taken over ring. It is the square up. Everyone meeting towards this side of the map.
It's a mosh pit. They're all here. There's the first from Attach. Standy. Oh my God, he ran over someone's head. What is this? This is a mess. Asim's the last bullet. What the hell? Røkkr get the round.
I mean, good Lord, try to break that one down. It is impossible to even catch some of these kills. How often do you expect every single player on the map just to meet around laundry? But they brought their coins. They were ready for it, put them in, and well, got delivered a round win. Very quick one for Minnesota Røkkr just to keep that ball rolling. And really, one kill straight across the board. The teamwork impeccable. Only HyDra on the flip side able to connect with enough to get a kill. It looks like they are sticking with that aggressive theme. Couple plays to the middle of the map, couple wall banks coming through. Clayster can't find one, and Minnesota do take over the middle of the map. And you see Attach, he's already spinning around. He's got everything covered.
Middle of the map, very important position to have under control. A lot of noise being made, whether it's the explosives or the slides. Again, it's seen by those audio cues. He knows that Standy's close by, trying to bait the play. Patience now, the game. 1 minute remaining in the round, and it's been a quiet one. If the first one was a bang, this is the whimper. Hello! Clay gets involved, kill comes through, first blood goes the way of NYSL.
A little bit awkward on the side, but even still, not a ton of map control right now. Mack, though, able to find the next. MajorManiak trying to make a play, but he gets chopped as well as Subliners. There for the response, and Clay able to pick up a couple. The bounce back that they needed, and honestly, I was thinking it was the aggressive strat right off the rip, right? But instead, it was just the wall banks. It was the turtle up in art and wait for somebody to make that mistake, and well, Standy just overcommits. Clayster there for the reads and converts it into 2. Subliners playing off of Minnesota. The pace they tried to push, and well, Attach has no care in the world, man. He'll take that round loss. He's still feeling very good.
This is an unofficial statistic, but I believe this is the most smiley of all the stages we've had in the CDL so far, between what, HyDra and then most of Minnesota Røkkr. Pearly whites all round. Here we go though, next round up. It's a heavy stacking towards A there for Røkkr on attack. They're gonna get that bomb, should plant quick. Bit of noise being made, you know where the play's coming from. Attach is gonna be the first line of defense now. The rest of Røkkr now rumble the way forward. Trophies down. This is going to be a good fight. About to happen. 40 seconds now on the bomb. Here comes the push. Standy and Attach. The dynamic duo. HyDra now takes down 1, but here comes the rest of the Subliners. Standy getting aggressive. Pays off. Kills come through. 2v1 situation. 1v1 situation. Clayster, MajorManiak, 25 seconds.
And when's the last time they seen MajorManiak? I don't know if he got a kill, so I think Clayster.
Oh my God.
He doesn't know, but the peek is there, and MajorManiak. Reaction time on point, takes him down. I don't know what kind of info Clay had in that situation, but MajorManiak knew exactly where to look. Centers and ready to go either direction in the gun skill. MajorManiak, again, he might be one of the slower players we have in the league, but that is not, he is incapable of snapping. The man lives for the S&D, a big 1v1 to be able to convert and take that veteran down, because again, if you want to talk about momentum, Clay is not a player you ever want to get hot.
MajorManiak, a single round of his Krieg whizzes past the face of Clayster there. And again, that was enough to deter the play. Now New York Subliners swap over towards that B-bomb site. The bomb in the hands of Asim has already made its way directly onto the site. Here comes Priestahh, though, to check it. A little late, though. Mack may have his number. Indeed, he does. Bomb down. Subliners with the advantage.
And again, this is just one of those situations where if you're the team that has to retake this bomb site, I mean, good luck, have fun. It is a triple stack in bedroom. It is the easiest bomb to watch from top, from bottom. You can peek through mid. In Minnesota, well, it is 3 players here. They're trying to work themselves through the middle of the map. It is a lot of players that they need to gun in this situation.
I see old New York slumber party strategy. They're going to hold that one. Here comes from the stairs, though. Røkkr, 2 of them remaining. All 4 of the New York Subliners in their jammies, having a great time, and Asim's going to get it. Attached, though, tries to poop the party, and it's not going to happen. Not enough time to get the bomb defused, barely enough time to find the kills. And that is a very decisive round from the New York Subliners. The equalizer found. It is now 2-2.
And again, whether that is just a great call from whoever, well, wanted to make the call, the IGL, or even just Asim, wasting 0 time, getting that bomb down as quick as you possibly can. Again, it is the tried and true. You get a couple players live in bedroom. I mean, we've seen maybe 2 or 3 retakes all year in a situation like that. And New York, a team not gonna make too many mistakes. Closing it down there as this back and forth battle in S&D continues. And for Minnesota Røkkr, very aggressive towards the A site a couple rounds in a row. And I was gonna say, it seems like a team wanting to mix things up. This time, that bomb leading towards B.
To B we go. Well, the action unfolds. One strange observation of like being back on land. You know it's loud when the bomb gets picked up at home? Man, it's loud when the bomb gets picked up here in the Galen Center. Oh my God. Standy, it's about to get loud for him right now. There is the shoulder receive, the shot punch there, first blood, immediate trades. HyDra in position.
And you get the trades, you also get the bomb down. I don't know if you can quite see it. I don't know if HyDra knows, but either way, you're expecting the action to come in this direction. You have Minnesota, 1 floater right now, Priestahh. might be able to time it out and make a play. That's what number 6 and number 7 are going to be waiting for. But meanwhile, New York, maybe they just want to take the gunfights to a MajorManiak, forced to back down.
Nice shots. Oh my God, Priestahh, what an angle that was. An opening for the bomb to be snatched up, and Attacher's got it. He's made his way across. What a move. 3v2 now. The New York Subliners with that mid-map coverage, they're going to have to make a decision. There's the bomb been planted. All right, boys, we got to do something now. HyDra making his way forward onto Attach, and the shots are there, but Attach wins it. Clayster is now a 1v2.
1v2, and again, you just know they're going to be in bedroom. Clayster has decisions to make. He is trying to go around, or maybe he's faking everybody out, even still. Incredibly difficult gunfights to win. He's got to win the first, and MajorManiak knows he just needs to play his life. And Priestahh down low, I think he got a couple shots in him. Clayster spinning in circles, and you talk about mistake-free, playing with their food. Why take a gunfight? You don't need to. They're able to shut him down, and again, it was in the 3v3 situation. It is Priestahh, that floating man. Takes his time, his teammates not taking gunfights. They don't need to. Wait for him to make that play. And then you know exactly what you have to do, opening up the round, and it is just that coordination between players, making sure Priestahh is handing off those comms and saying, hey, just give me a moment to work with, and I will win us that round.
This is stressful. What a stressful game. Again, for those of you wondering, loser goes home.
End of the year.
Oh my God. Into the middle of the map, you will see Røkkr now fly on defense. An option now to hit towards stairs, B-bomb site, eyes on. Standy's going to make his push. Oh boy, he's feeling himself, but Asim, right place, right time, good shots. That first blood's going to help out. And now the bomb immediately goes over towards A.
MajorManiak, he's going to have to make a play. He's going to spot these players on the cross, and the trigger discipline is there, and Clay forced to back down, and he's going to get caught. Asim does get traded, but Asim, I mean, he gets one of the biggest kills of the round. Bomb gets planted, Attach is going to fall, and Priestahh for the 1v3. A lot for the moment, and maybe a small opportunity, but he gets given nothing. Standy a little bit aggressive, right? Gives away that first blood, puts a little bit of pressure on his teammates to make the big play, but I think really it's just Asim making sure that he is there to protect his teammates, and Clay picks up a couple as well. Really seems either team, once they get that advantage, neither of them let it slip. Still a back and forth game. You win one round, I can do it too.
It's a very slow and cerebral round, and now we go back at it again. This time, Minnesota Røkkr on attack, bomb in hand. The choice of A or B. It's a 3-man stack on the defense there for the NYSL towards A, and it looks like we're going to get a fight. This opening salvo of utility, lethals being thrown as well. Tacticals are out, trophies are there. It's going to be clear skies for now, but again, chance mid-map goes the way of Røkkr again, and now MajorManiak's got the first blood, looking for the second.
Yeah, spots the information from bottom art, repositions, and finds that first kill. By the way, middle map control right now firmly in the grasp of Røkkr. For the 3v4, you're looking for a pick. Mack can't quite find this one, and HyDra's going to fall in the meantime. And now you got Mack effectively by himself. Middle of the map is where the pressure's going to be in Minnesota. Take it over and take them down. Clinical work in that round. I don't even know if a single kill got traded. And even that situation, that is so much trust right there, right, Standy? I mean, he has ended up watching his own back. He's just really hoping that flank doesn't come through too quickly. And these guys just putting in some work. New York, every single time, again, when there's been a call, they have responded with a round win of their own. They will be back on the attack, and seems the most success they have had is when they got the quick plant over towards B. This is where they're headed once again.
Well, Priestahh is going to be there real fast.
And he's playing it safe.
Yeah, I love this angle. There's an opportunity here for him to just peekaboo. HyDra might be there for it. HyDra, howdy doody! First blood, straight into Tiki. That's full control now of the bomb site. Get that bomb down, planted real quick. Attaches come in, but it's not going to be fast enough. That should get planted. Asim planting it to the side there. They've got eyes on it there from bedroom. You've got Mack up there to watch that one. Here comes the retake.
Team's looking for these kills. It is the delicate balance. The flank is actually swarming right now. Number 6 and number 7 working together. Attach, waiting for HyDra to commit. There it is, but he looks away for just a moment. HyDra finds one. MajorManiak there for the trades. Leaves us in a 2v2. 22 seconds left.
The covering fire, but not enough to get Standy forward. Standy dropped by Clayster there. Now a 1v2. And the bomb in not a good position for MajorManiak to get the defuse. Shots are in. Looking for the 4th kill. Clay trying to get involved. And it's on MajorManiak to try to stay alive. The time not on his side, but can he stay alive? He's on a 3 spree. No. New York, they commit the numbers, they get the kill, and they end it there with the round win. We are tied up 4-4.
In Røkkr, they knew the name of the game in that situation, right? They knew that the opportunity for the quick plan over towards B is available. And while Priestahh tries to get a little bit sneaky, but HyDra, again, hyper aware, stays hydrated in the water and gets drenched with the first blood. You get that, you are converted, and you are feeling fantastic. And again, just picking apart these strategies. They're finding that one thread to pull on it, secure the round, and again, bounce or back and forth game that we have had the constant bounce back.
Heavy stack towards B on the defense now for Subliners. They're like, hey, that round looked good, let's give it a shot. Nope, MajorManiak's gonna take a couple of tags here, maybe take a bit of a fight, but he's out. A bomb site is all Røkkr.
And as soon as MajorManiak makes any sort of noise, well, the bomb over towards A actually starts working its way forward. Asim, though, is doing a very nice job in the middle of the map. That's his responsibility to watch that and get this information, but he's made the call, right? You see all these players starting to wrap back. He's like, guys, they're going to be able to get this bomb down, and it is 4 players from York all stacking up back laundry. The square up for the gunfights. This is where the chaos begins.
We've seen this before, and here we go. 35 seconds, a little deeper in the defense. Mack finds the first blood. Standy got damaged, but no kills. It's 2 so far. Make it 3 in a row. There's only 1 member of Røkkr left, and it's going to be MajorManiak. He has to make the play. He's got to try to hold that bomb for a little bit longer. Mack's on the defuse straight away. Will he be able to dive in there and find something? 1 kill. Get the diffuser. He gets it. 20 seconds to go. And MajorManiak finally brought down. And what an effort. It really was, but not enough. Subliners prevail. Map point.
One of those players, man. One of those players, you put him in an impossible situation. There's only 1 play to make, and MajorManiak almost makes it, but we hail HyDra around these parts, and he makes sure to take care of business. Asim, by the way, it's just a swarm, right? Again, he's the guy that is finding all that information towards the middle of the map. He is the guy making the call, yo, everybody wrap back, we're doing this together. And the teamwork was on point. New York Subliners 1 round away from getting their first map win of the day and try to turn this ship around. 4 players going over towards A. They've been aggressive at both sites. Towards ring they go.
Here we go. It's not going to be a straight up fight. We have a lot of the New York Subliners committing to this one, and well, they're looking to take this one. This is to level up the series. Bomb being planted at A very quickly. HyDra, here he goes. Forward into laundry. A solid defensive position to be in. We wind up from the back now from Røkkr. Here all 4 of them come. Mack, HyDra, line up on the outside. Asim on the inside. Here comes the fight. It's going to be over real quick, and here we go. Mack finds 1 more. The trades are there from Standy. In through the window you go. You name it. An onslaught indeed. But the line holds. And the New York Subliners, they will equalize here in the series.
And just a back and forth game the entire time. Minnesota wins around New York there for the response, but the final couple, it is the exact same strat in those final 2 rounds. We're on defense, the 4 players through back laundry, but the square up, well, New York Subliners doing the best, thriving in the chaos. On the board they go. And we got a series on our hands, Miles, a battle that we have and potentially a long way to go. And again, just a great game through and through from both of these teams. Not a ton of mistakes, I would say, really from either side. It is whoever gets that early advantage, just converting these rounds. You have the times when Asim's getting that info middle of the map, making those good calls, picking up the 2 pieces, but even that first blood battle, right? You got, what, 7 right there on the side of New York Subliners. That was the advantage they needed.
Clinical search and destroy from both sides. 6-4, a very tight map indeed, but we have to give the win to someone. The Subliners tie up the series 1-1. Upon our return, though, we play Control. More Call of Duty League action coming up after this quick break.
I'm legendary. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I'm legendary. You know. Let's go. Let's go to you!
Legendary. I'm legendary. Yeah. You know. Yeah. I'm legendary. You know. You know. Let's go. Out of the dust. A legend is born. Born for the game.
The intensity continues here at playoffs as we get back into this one. Control on Garrison around the corner, but a quick look at Clayster. Makes his way back into this one again, looking at his overall season. Now it is playoffs as well, Chance, and you know what? It ain't that bad so far, is it?
No, not bad in the slightest, and also apparently he has found himself just a little bit of extra motivation. Not that he needs it in the slightest, but he has found his guy in the crowd, so it is going to be seemingly constant. So Clayster out here making friends, as he so very much loves to do. The guy's a veteran, right? Been doing it for 10 years plus, lives for this. I mean, half of his life has involved Call of Duty, talking smack and trying to be the best in the world. And there's been many years where he has solidified his spot at the top. But as it stands now, tied up with Røkkr, winner gets top 4 guaranteed and more matches to play. Loser ends their year. But even still, I think what we've learned from the first 2 maps, we definitely have a series on our hands, right? It is Minnesota clutching up in the hard points, unexpectedly so. In New York, hey, not a fun spot to be in and win the search and destroys. They do it in emphatic fashion towards the end. Really starting to push the pace and run the show, especially so back laundry. But I think as it stands now, to Gary we go.
To Gary we go. Gary's in control again. You've definitely seen control so far, but they're always tough to watch, and they can be real sweaty, man. It can always be close, or it can be a total blowout. You never know. You really have to just get involved and see what happens. But mates, very excited to see how this one goes. Again, all tied up now going into control. Did you expect this? Did you see this coming? I mean, you thought it'd be the other way around, that New York would win the hard point and they would lose the search destroy.
Definitely would have called the 1-for-1, but definitely not in this regard. And well, we go into the Garrison control, right? And one of the keys to victory, just to touch on it very briefly, Minnesota 4-1 on this map throughout stage 5. They love to play some Garrison control, and they've been one of the teams that has been on point. Second best team as of late on their offensive rounds. That being said, only a 4-3 record, but that is not too shabby to be over 50%. So Subliners, again, we know they're doing their homework. For those guys, you gotta shut it down on defense. Any offensive round win on this map really can just be the difference maker, puts you over the edge. The pressure is on.
Pressure is on. Let's get it. Skirt! Yeah, I wasn't the only one to do it that time. That's what I'm talking about, Galen Center. Let's go. Map 3. You lot are great. This is so much fun. Let's go. Map number 3, Garrison. Loading into this one now, again, as the stage now slope goes down. It's kind of like a gigantic LED curve. What a marvel of engineering and lights. A lot of fun here in the CDL. Still available to come Championship Sunday if you want. If you are in the area and you do want to make your way down, it is wild down here. That's wild. We have been having a great time. So if you are in the LA area, you fancy a trip, grab yourself a ticket. I know there's not many left, but hey, they're technically still available.
Maybe the 8th wonder of the world, right? You got what, Stonehenge, the Great Pyramids, and all that LED screen, boy. Let me tell you.
Massive ass LED screen. Let me tell you what, that's a big one. Here comes another big one, though. Garrison control. We're going to see Røkkr attack first. A and B, the defending zones there for the Subliners. Mate, let's see how they go. We've seen a couple of these already so far. Atlanta FaZe certainly put the Subliners to the sword earlier today on this very map and mode.
I mean, God, they're just trying to cross the map, and they're getting picked apart. Almost one shot by HyDra. He's found his way through. He was one shot a few moments ago. Now he is in their spawn looking for a couple kills, and he's playing it well. MajorManiak ready for the gunfight. Can't take him down, and well, HyDra is officially the biggest problem Røkkr gonna have until you clear him out. Is gonna be an issue. 3 kills already to his name. The spawn traps are in, but meanwhile, actually, Priestahh, he's out towards A. You got fights all over the place. Priestahh is gonna fall in New York. The perfection that they wanted to have on this defensive round. It could not get better than this.
Yeah, once you get absolutely whooped by Atlanta FaZe in this map and mode, I mean, you take some learnings away from it, right? You know what you want to be doing, you know the pace you want to set, and that's exactly what they're doing now. HyDra, holy HyDra, still going. That's a 5 spree. The 6th will not be had. MajorManiak too strong, but now from the vents, Clayster, he's getting involved as well, pushing Røkkr to the very extremes of the map. The far right, their spawn, 25-19. It's not a great start for Røkkr, Chance.
And Asim and Clayster working pretty well together. And actually, well, as soon as you say it, both of them are going to fall. A couple players one shot, and Priestahh, even his team, putting in some serious work. But HyDra off respawn. Already 6 kills to his name, already causing problems. Gunfight down low. He is dealt with. Røkkr securing the point right now. Not quite a tick coming through, but at least the first one is there. 2 bodies on the hill means they get in about the next 20 seconds. It looks like New York slowing the pace, taking their time. They do not want to let anyone get outside towards A.
Oh, it's looking great so far. Again, you give Røkkr one opportunity to get onto that point, and they make the most of it. We're about to see B captured. I'm not sure if anyone there is in position to stop it. B's gone. You gave them one opening. They took it, and they ran with it. Over a minute now to work with. We're going to see what the Subliners have got on defense towards A and A alone. 17 lives to work with, Chance. It was a great start from NYSL. They've got a bit quiet since then.
Oh, and Asim's going hunting as well, right? Takes the touchdown, nice and aggressive, and he's able to stay alive. Minnesota still have 2 players trying to push through the flank. It looks like they might be trying to set up a top green push, but Asim is here, ready for the gunfights. Can only take down 1, but Minnesota even still, again, they are just waiting for all of these reinforcements to come through. 3 players right now stacked up in and around bricks, but New York, you can tell they are ready for it. 1 player left on A. They are watching each other's backs. And look at this square up. 4 players just in a line at the top of the map.
MajorManiak is making life for Asim very, very hard right now. As again, towards the point we go. Nice calls out of Clay. 8 and 2 so far for HyDra as he tries to keep the defense going. Less than 30 seconds on the clock now. It's 6 in a row now for MajorManiak. Streaks to be had. Wow, that was almost it for the cruise missile. My word. The push now towards the point, Chance. Not a lot of time left.
And this is the play, though. They're all stacked up. It's going to be the artillery ping, or he's calling it in to force these players inside. HyDra, though, he's playing the corner. They're going to flood out right in front of him. Takes down 1. Can't get the second, but the team kill is there. HyDra does his job. Forces 2 players to fall, and now the reinforcements are in.
Is that mistake going to cost them? We'll find out as the contest is still there. Mack, that's the kill. He's going to go down. There's no one in position to get it. Oh, that team kill may have done it. Oh, my goodness. What an opening round. Subliners, they survive, and they go through the streaks as well.
It is the cheeky play from the Frenchman, right? You know you're outside. You know that is prime territory for that artillery to come through. But you also know if they're going to be flooding outside of green, because you know those guys are going to be coming off spawn, do you really think MajorManiak's going to put a bomb right in front of him? Or do you think he just clears the point so his teammates can fly outside? Well, HyDra makes the big brain call, and again, drags 2 to the grave with him. And stops that play opportunity, and that's exactly what they need, right? Minnesota has been on point on their offenses. The opportunity was there, and they shut it down. It's HyDra leading the way with 9 kills.
It's not a lot for now, but we will see that change. Second round now upon us. We're going to watch NYSL attack the zones. 30 lives either side. As we go to it, tete-a-tete, head-to-head, flying at one another. The opening salvo comes to a close. Mack's going to get that first, and again, it's map pressure you're looking for. Looking to see that mid-map being open wide open. Diving on towards B, that seems to be the play right now for NYSL.
And they're just so concerned right now about this Vents flank, right? Waiting for Attach to try to make that move, and they're patient. And as soon as they can get it, well, that is the opener. The patience pays off. Attach is going to fall in New York now. HyDra knows he can start to flood forward. The teamwork is in, and I got to imagine that player's one shot to Mack, looking to see if he can find it. But either way, you got a player inside of lights. This is the happy time to try to capture the B zone. Can he hear the mantle? He can't. Standy there to take him down. And still, just that map spread. Minnesota on defense on point, or maybe the opening is there. Clayster, pressure onto A. Minnesota, they got to be very quick to respond.
All mid-maps now open once again. Priestahh trying to take care of the players towards A. And again, it's a decent start here from NYSL. 1 segment on B complete. The contest still continuing on A. Can Priestahh get these players off of it? Draining the segment slowly but surely now. And again, it's a good defensive hold. Time still ticking in favor of Røkkr here on defense. NYSL looking to get something going here. Oh, Priestahh, this is annoying, and this is going to hurt a lot too to his name. Perfect timing, and he's going to make his way forward. Minnesota Røkkr, map controls theirs.
Dude, how different this round could have been if Priestahh loses that gunfight to Clayster on the radar truck, but instead he's turned into a 3 spree. Now both points being defended, but look at New York, they're going for A, almost off the rip. HyDra, the patience pays off for him, but still, they've got the pressure on A. Priestahh drags 2 more to the grave. And it looks like this is the thing, right? New York just nipping at the heels, keep trying to get out towards green. And while this is going on, they've just stopped the clock over towards B. New York, they're trying to do so many things at once and really forcing Minnesota Røkkr to think. But cerebral players they are. Minnesota, so far so good. effectively a tied round.
I mean, there's a lot of bodies on the B zone right now. Capped it up just in the nick of time. No need for the contest. Those members of Røkkr can play their lives, stay alive, and focus on A. Mack, though, is doing exactly the same thing. Over towards A, he now goes. Top green, the position he's in now, incredibly important. Well read there by Standy. You open up that part of the map. Now Røkkr have an opportunity to start cleaning house.
And Røkkr are not turtling at all. They are pushing the pace, and it's MajorManiak that was in part leading the charge. And Priestahh, he's behind enemy lines. The power positions, Røkkr's got him. The spawn trap potentially in. Priestahh, he knows he can call this out to his teammates. They're going to be flooding through dark. You know where to look. MajorManiak, he's on a 4, and this is his brand new home. Refurbished and everything. He's got plenty of ammo, and well, he does get taken down. 38 seconds left on the clock. New York, they just cannot find the opening.
Standy manages to net himself the artillery, but no more. Lives gone now for NYSL. 12 in the hands of Minnesota Røkkr, but again, clock still ticking. 25 seconds left to work with. HyDra cut down from the sky in the final 2 in the form of Mack and Clayster. They will give it the best attempt they've got, but this is a hopeless battle, and Mack took a long time to bring him down, but that is the round. We're tied up 1-1.
And both of these teams doing a fantastic job of creating these opportunities on offense, but the defense just reigns supreme right now. As far as the kill feed is concerned, Minnesota Røkkr, it seems like they've been lighting it up. More of a dominant round towards the end, and again, those score streaks in the back pocket. I mean, it's basically round 2, right? The artillery that you have on the first go around, you can't quite make that play. Well, I think this time they're going to be checking their corners a little bit quicker.
Check your bloody corners. That was a classic Captain Priceline, I think, was you in COD 4. You're clearing that little kill house. Man, what a throwback. Here we go, though. Another round now. Defense to New York Subliners. Big New York fan, that guy. Push now, straight in. Priestahh playing that patiently. Good line of sight to be had. Clay's going to get it. Kills now going their way, and this is what you want to see out the defensive rounds. Pure, ruthless aggression. And Mack now, he's going to be the guy trying to make that play happen. Asim to his left-hand side. Now through the green alley he goes. Map control all the way towards Subliners. Chance, dare I say it, I think there may be a blending on the cards in a moment.
I mean, this is like, what, 2 for 2 on the opening breaks on defense for New York, where there's just no time wasted. They are up in their face. Minnesota trying to find a way to break out of this. And again, if they are able, at some point, able to secure this B point, they've got that thing in the back pocket to try to get the other one behind HyDra, the player, to deal with. Well, he gets dealt. MajorManiak takes down 2, and this is the start of it, right? Effectively tied up on lives. A little bit of that pressure over towards B. You got enough over there that looks like New York probably going to have to chalk this one up and defend A, but we already know what's cooking.
Exactly what we saw in the other round. As soon as the defense breaks, as soon as you get an opening, Røkkr make their way forward. Can they now continue to make the cap? Asim, he tried to stop it, couldn't get it done. 2 segments of B gone. Clay gets involved, wins the first. Straight in and out they go. Clay so hurt, run mate. Stay alive. But still, B is being captured. That should be done any second now. Clay trying to hold it. Can they get B done? Reinforcements now showing up. Asim gets involved now. There's another contest, another kill, and it may finally fall, but what an effort here from the New York Subliners, burning the clock, less than 30 seconds, and it's a big flank from Asim. The team's there, and oh my word, Chance, they couldn't close out B.
Oh, they couldn't get it at all, and now you just got too much pressure, right? 20 seconds left on the clock, and you talk about New York not wanting to give away a round on offense. The defense right there on B might end up paying dividends, because again, they are still worried about the thing. Røkkr have in their back pocket one last-ditch attempt. MajorManiak leading the charge. He is trying to put on the pace. 3 seconds on the clock. You got to go. You got to slide out and stop it. Less than a second on the clock, but they are still alive. And with that kill, not even enough. Priestahh is still here. Oh! He wins the gunfight. The opportunity to get that extra minute is in until the nade from downtown. And it cannot be understated how important that moment could have possibly been for this control. The swing game in the middle for the advantage in this series. New York with a clean round towards the end.
Things are getting very heated, clearly, on that side of the stage as NYSL pass on some speedy comms before the next round starts up. They need one more, and the map is theirs, lead in the series, but they've got to do it on an offensive round, and there's not been an easy thing to do so far. Røkkr have been pretty tight on the defense, but Chance, that was a very, very good effort, and you're right, mate. If that trophy wasn't there, Priestahh, oh, it could have been very different. But here we go, straight back at it. Nades are out and about, no trophies this time, and HyDra He's got the fancy footwork, up and over he goes. Into lights, he's looking to black him out here, and whoa, it's awkward, it's ugly, but it's over now. On to B, NYSL go.
And Asim, he is up in their face, looking to punch him in the mouth, and that's because that man was one shot. He takes him down. He's on a force spree, but maybe not the streaks, just to keep these players so far back. You right now have Priestahh. He is the lone defender over towards A. These are incredibly important gunfights for him to win. He has got to stay alive. He is one shot and he's gonna fall. Now the pressure's on MajorManiak, right? Because New York, they keep doing this on offense. They keep just nipping at their heels, keep pouring that pressure over towards A. Maybe just looking for that one small window of opportunity, but things slow down a little bit just for the moment. Is New York setting up for their next attack.
Oh, the attack is on, but good defense from Attacher. Nice nade from Mack's going to slow it down again. Back onto B we go. Only Mack now getting the capture, so it's going to take a while. The contest now from Røkkr on the defense. There's the cleanup kill. There's the draining of the segment. Safe for now, but still a lot of effort, a lot of drained time. There's less than a minute to play with now. New York Subliners, 19 or 20 lives to the 19 of Røkkr. They still have 50 seconds to work with Chance. A lot of time to still get this done.
Look at HyDra, man, 24 kills. In the meantime, this guy has been cooking. Really from the get-go in round number 1, and well, still just waiting for that pressure over towards B. It looks like that's gonna have to be the hard commitment, right? You start to run out of time. You need the point. Asim, I don't think you heard that player, but HyDra dealt with him. Now the pressure's back towards A. Soaring forward, but he can't find the kill. Røkkr on defense, almost always so clean. Finally, the body's on point, but they get caught once again. Just the amount of pressure you have to put on, so difficult on offense and control.
It's a lot of solo attempts from the Subliners right now. They're struggling to make their way through the Røkkr line. And once again, another solo play, not a lot of coverage. Priestahh holding it from the back, Clay with a big win. Is this the chance you need? Again, clock still moving. Can they get onto the point? HyDra slowly going for it. Less than 20 to work with now. Standy from up high finds one. Mack with a snap takes care of it. We still have an artillery to play with. That will surely be saved for the final round, but you have to get there. Still, 10 seconds to work with. A single push is all you've got now for the Subliners. We're going to a final round, and I don't think it's going to happen. They may get the contest. The answer is no. That is it. We go to overtime. One more round. Round 5. And this is to take the lead in the series. Man, this is a gauntlet from both of these teams.
And look, I mean, the teamwork from both of these teams on point. You have so many opportunities being created on both sides of the board, but on offense, neither team able to convert. But this is just some high-level Call of Duty. The trades abound from both of these teams. Staring down the barrel of elimination. And there you go. You got Minnesota Røkkr on defense for the round 5. They will be happy for it. And New York, again, a team that is great at solving problems. Look at this, by the way. They're trying to go towards A right off the rip. They are trying to make the play.
Major adaptation. Last minute shenanigans now, and Priestahh's going to spot him. One. Goes down. Priestahh can't take care of anymore. With that, out of the point we go. Asim. Standy's up next. He manages to get one more. It's him versus Mack. The flash lands. Oh, and Standy wins it. Can Standy do the unthinkable? No. Clay's there. And now the first segment at A should be gone. Oh, wait, a touch out of nowhere. HyDra's there. Trades are abound. A is still up for grabs. Can the New York Subliners get there?
Oh, I love the attempt, but as it stands, that's what, 23 seconds off the clock, and you don't even get that tick over towards A. Couple bodies on the point of B, but you got to imagine for Minnesota, that is a sigh of relief to make sure that that play call off the start that you deal with perfectly. And again, that gunfight win from Standy, I mean, that's one for the ages.
They go to A early, try to bait out the artillery, get that over and done with now. But here we go, 2 minutes and 7 seconds for the New York Subliners to play with, 25 lives. Røkkr have to hold it for that long or find those 25 kills. Still have to worry about the artillery. And this should be an interesting one again. Standy the man with that in his back pocket. Any more streaks to be had for the Minnesota Røkkr is huge at this point, but this is going to be a war over that A zone.
And they're just getting picked apart along the way. I mean, 2 minutes is plenty of time to work with, but that still is only a handful of good pushes. Asim, though, he finds the opening for at least one player, but nobody else is around. So he just has to come and respawn back up and gear for the next set of fights. HyDra's gonna fall in Minnesota, clean house. And again, if you give them too much of an opportunity, we saw what happened when they started getting these spawn kills set up. It started to spiral out of control. New York, they gotta make sure they're grouped up as a team when they start taking these gunfights.
Minnesota continue to hold the line. 1 minute 10, clock still ticking. NYSL trying to find the opening, trying to find the way through the defense. There is a hole in this armor, and they will try to find it. 28 and 20 again for HyDra. He's having one hell of a map. The defense, as Minnesota continue to hold the line.
Can't find anything. Any single kill that comes through the trays, instantaneous. They're trying to make the breakthrough green, but they are ready for it. Minnesota, every time on point on defense. No matter what sort of look you give them off the opening break towards the end of the round. And look at this, now they got the map spread. Now you're doing the victory lap. Go for at least the ping, see where the pressure's coming through. And Attach still winning these gunfights. HyDra looking for it, but he gets stuck. Minnesota, almost perfect. Asim though, again, he just needs to buy his teammates some time. They're getting spawn killed, and he wins the gunfight, and that's actually 3. He's out and away. MajorManiak right now, the player that's trying to go for these spawn kills, keep these players at bay. He's on a 6, but Asim, he's on the point.
Standy has to blind fire the artillery. It lands. Asim's gone. HyDra's going to make something special happen here. It's Standy once again. He may have just won him the map. That kill was tremendous. 30 now to his name. Last ditch attempt from Clayster, no less. The vet comes up, but it's the new kid on the block. It's Standy. And once again, Standy. Kill after kill. HyDra, though, now onto the point. MajorManiak on the defense, and Minnesota hold the line.
And just right from the jump of that final round, right? New York, they make that like champs kind of play call, right? Like 4 stack over through green or at least get 3. Try to make that flood, but every single time Minnesota making these adjustments. This is Standy right at the very end, but easy kills for him to get as they are flooding one by one, but it did not matter where New York tried to apply that pressure. Get guys behind enemy lines, Røkkr prepared for it. Try to flood out of green, whether it's at the start or towards the end, they are prepared for it. The ping's on point, perfect Call of Duty for Minnesota on defense, and that means their communication on point, and that means that ice flowing through their veins.
Ice cold stuff out of Røkkr. Brilliant defensive round. And look at the stats, and man, in MajorManiak, 31 and 20 chance. It was a bloodbath.
And Standy, of course, 32 kills. Got to give him the shout. He's the man getting the streaks. But Attach, if you go back and look at it, he had a very slow start to this game. He turns things around and hey, ends up leading the lobby in damage. Everyone from Røkkr putting in work.
Match point for Røkkr, one more map, and they eliminate the New York Subliners. Time to survive now for NYSL. We'll find out what happens for these two teams after this break.
Yeah, you know, I'm legendary. You know. what I'm doing. Hey, getting right to it. Shit, the money is talking, I'm flowing, it's coming in just how I drew it. Yeah, you know what it is. Hey, we doing it big. Look up, there's no limit, no, we cannot settle for this. I've been kicking game, Bruce Lee. You ain't in the game too weak. Make them feel the pain too deep. Tell them get out the kitchen, you can't take the heat. Yeah, can't stop, nah, won't stop. Shit, it's been on live. You don't believe it, just watch.
There is a status reserved for a select few throughout history. For those remembered for more than just a name, it's a title even kings die in vain for.
Out of the dust, a legend is born. Born for the game, born for the throne.
Time gives us all one simple choice. You can be forgotten or become immortal.
You think he's done now? You think he's gonna stop here? You think you can stop aBeZy? Oh my God!
To be remembered is not enough, because anything less than legendary is failure.
Accuracy, though, they line up! They line up for accuracy and he wins it! Are you kidding? Accuracy with thighs!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And to those of you in O'Donovan's Irish pub in Minneapolis, woo, it's getting stressful in there, I have no doubt. A couple of shaky hands going to be cleaning those floors after what was a very, very exciting map indeed. We have another, though. We have a checkmate hardpoint now chance coming up. And those boys, it's all smiles for the comeback kings. Can they go all the way?
Well, I mean, one of the things we talked about, right, was just standing his performance in hardpoint, because hardpoint has been a struggle, at least until this series for Minnesota throughout the tournament. But checkmate is very much a map that they are going to be happy to play on. 5-3 record throughout stage 5, which maybe doesn't sound like the best, but then you look at New York, 1-4 throughout stage 5. So that is a clear-cut indication as why Minnesota picked it. And we can only talk Standy, or talk about Standy enough, right? It's not just the fact that he is the X factor in the hardpoint. It is not just the fact that he dominated game number 1. Even some of those gunfights he was having towards the tail end in that final round, like that 1v1 against Mack, I mean, basically seals the deal, on top of the fact that he is that guy with the artillery. But if we have learned anything from Toronto Ultra this year, meditation pays off, and that looks like HyDra has found himself in a trance, but they wake him back up, calm the nerves, and get ready to go. New York staring down the barrel of elimination. They need the next two.
Seriously, if you're making memes right now, I don't know, there's a lot of you out there doing it, just rewind a little bit, watch HyDra's face, watch Clay's face, they do the same thing, and HyDra like looks to the side to make sure that Clay's still doing it, and when he sees he's still doing it, he goes back and does it. It's adorable. I'm telling you right now, YouTube fans, get on that. We'll see you on Reddit. Here we go, map 4.
Adorable in person, a vicious killer in game. HyDra, the man that needs to turn up right. If it's Standy on one side, it's got to be HyDra or Asim. I don't even care. Either one of these guys can pop off, and well, that is what New York is going to be looking for. They start on the good side here on checkmate hardpoint as the contest comes through. The nade's always in effect for the opening. You make good use of it, and right there, Minnesota again just clearing house and securing this P1 time. This is great time to get when you're starting on the bad side. This is the start they needed.
That contest, it feels like it's going on forever. I mean, this gunfight feels like it's going on forever. I mean, what a protracted engagement it is from both these teams. Finally comes to an end. Røkkr back in control of the hardpoint. But for how long? Because here comes Asim, looking to slow this one down again, and he is feeling aggressive. Forward he goes, attach. The wall bangs are there, the nades are through, the teamwork flowing for Røkkr now. 3 of them on the hard point, and 26 seconds and climbing. It's a nice opener here from Røkkr.
A nice angle right there from Priestahh, right? HyDra trying to hold out with the 74U. He gets shredded, and now for New York, you are starting to spawn out. HyDra knows it's going to be the parallels, but Mack has all the pressure in the world on him. He gets taken down. Clayster, the last man standing, needs to be the hero. 2 more players he has to deal with, but he gets hunted down. Minnesota, fantastic P1, and MajorManiak with the 4 spree to get the break to the new hill. You talk about a team that has turned their hardpoint gameplay around. This has been an electric start.
No time like the present here in the elimination bracket again. This is a must-win for the New York Subliners to force the game 5. And speaking of 5, MajorManiak's on one right now, 5-1.
They're going to find number 6. Attached Standy picking up the kills. There's not a chance in hell he's going to find anything else there. It is all clean on that side of the map now as Røkkr continue to pick up the time.
Oh, New York, they can just find nothing. You are just pushed so far down back of the map. Attached, I mean, he's got all the time in the world to work with. And, well, Standy might get caught, but still 10 seconds to go. MajorManiak still looking for these score streaks, by the way. It is the 5 spree, and he plays Clayster to get the 6. It looks like he's already secured the artillery with all the time that he has collected. I mean, 50 seconds in the hill, and that is good enough for the Game 4 win. Some sort of issue right there, but just craziness. As we try to figure out, I mean, just what the hell was going on in the background, but I mean, Minnesota apparently just carrying that momentum from the control into this new game. I mean, it was just from the jump, from the get-go. Nades, coordination, everything on point. You break through P2, just walking through the front, but just one of those times, man. I think, am I crazy, or is it from like the very first match of the year? Was it Minnesota involved in like the, it was on Checkmate Hardpoint. They had like some weird reset thing.
Yeah, this time it's HyDra because HyDra's had all the resets recently, but we are having a slight game issue. His game has dropped out here. We will get back into that one ASAP. Unfortunately, that was, what, 70-1, so that was a difficult scoreline to lose there. Again, Røkkr coming out very explosive in map number 4 so far. But we shouldn't be too far away from getting straight back into this one. But again, I feel like that is an icy situation, a nervous moment now of tension between both teams. As you do get that game back up and running, that adrenaline spike kind of drops off. These guys, they've got to get right back into the game quick.
And someone absolutely needs to double check me on this. I'm trying to do this off memory. My memory is not that great. Anytime we've had a moment like this, like throughout Call of Duty history, where one team has like a clear-cut advantage in the map, when it's get reset, almost always they end up losing it. I think it might have been Gen.G on a Seaside in Black Ops 4, where Mox had a controller issue. I think when they reset, they still were able to secure the win. So it is rare that a team can bounce back and have that like sort of exact same lead that they built up, but that just means Minnesota maybe one more challenge in front of them. Also, I could be completely wrong.
Could be. I mean, there's a Gamepedia, some person out there, someone that's like, no, he's absolutely spot on. That's fantastic. You saw the quick scope there by Scuff. This is the hardpoint KD rank so far. And again, HyDra way up there. Standy has definitely changed it after this matchup. Like, we'll see. We'll see what they look like after today's performance because it's been great. I believe we may be ready to get back into this one. But again, I feel like the tension is there, man. I mean, Paco has gone from a smiley, happy-looking man to somewhat more tense, there has to be said. There is an air of anxiety on that side of the stage right now. Again, it is elimination moment for this squad. They have to win Checkmate Hardpoint. They have to force that game 5. Last chance now to part some words, and you can see Asim and Clay nodding furiously at one another, trying to make sure this works out. And again for Røkkr, just sitting there now waiting, trying to keep yourselves locked in and focused. It's not an easy thing to just get yourself straight back into it like that. I mean, it really isn't. Getting brought out of a game like this can be a very jarring thing for some players, but again, they're all professionals. We'll see how they fare. But chance, what a series this has been so far. Game is ready now, friends, so we may be back on camp, but we're going to be right back in that game ASAP. What do you think so far, mate?
Well, I mean, obviously, Røkkr one map away from shutting it down. They certainly have the hot hand, but I'm just thinking about like the challenges that New York have had to face throughout the entire year. You got a retirement from Zoomer, or at least the injury that is causing problems, mixes up that roster. You have the fact that really from the jump, they didn't even, like, Asim was not their first choice, and that was a blessing in disguise because of how just goddamn good this guy has been. And even for the side of Paco, right? The number of challenges he's had to face, travel halfway across the world, basically learn a new language. Frankly, at this point, his English is as good as mine is. He's been putting in some work, but the greatest challenge of them all, trying to make the comeback when you are facing elimination, the end of your year. New York, they have dealt with adversity so many times throughout this year. Roster, mix and match consistently. Here they find themselves fighting to try to get top 4 and to survive just another day. See if they can go on a tear through this loser's bracket, but going to be starting fresh for this one, right? Just the hard reset, obviously. Very similar situation from what we had last time. New York starting from the preferred side, but Minnesota, I mean, they took them to task last time we saw them.
Fresh start, 0-0. No score will carry across. I mean, unfortunate for Røkkr, but we'll see if they can repeat the success they had in that first run. Back at it we go, though. Map 4, still elimination matchup now for New York Subliners. A must-win. Standy and Co now on point still, keeping that contest up. Asim doing the job right now for NYSL, but his days are numbered. 3 straight kills now go the way of Røkkr. Hard point back in their hands. Clay, he's going to be the one trying to deal that damage.
Oh, it's deja vu all over again. They can't quite flip the spawn. Standy does get caught, but you get the timing. They're actually starting to spawn flip him. So New York, it is a foot race as well as the fact that they are losing this time. So similar situation. Now I guess we're just waiting for what? MajorManiak to try and get some score streaks again.
Well, we'll see. 3 though for Attach. He might be the one to get it done. Right-hand side of the map, P2, all New York Subliners. They are in control over there. So that 30-second plus lead that Røkkr have got may well dissipate very, very quickly. But here we go. Standy trying to make the entry kills. Priestahh's on the flank, and the damage is already being done. The first kill starting to come through. It's Mack on the point. How much more can he get? Standy kills him. Priestahh's going to be round in the back, just making sure he takes care of the last players there. And chance, Røkkr have just smashed the front door down.
Oh my God, you're thinking the flank is going to be the play because Priestahh getting behind enemy lines, but his teammates just clean the house before he even gets there. And again, it is just deja vu. Shout out New York, I guess, wanted to set up the exact same situation, maybe minus the streaks, but hey, here they're coming. Standy popped off in game number 1, 7-1 here in game number 4, and he's on a 5. 20 seconds left on this kill, and hey, you can already see that artillery. He's gonna get it, because you know he is. 7 to his name, streak secured, in a massive lead once again for the Minnesota Røkkr.
Well, it's as if we never left. 9-1 for Standy. And again, that restart affects some, but it hasn't seemed to hit these boys whatsoever. 8 now for Standy. Full streaks. 9 as the kills keep coming.
I mean, I'm thinking about that Rookie of the Year conversation, right? It's like him versus Insight. Well, we saw what happened in the grand finals. Now he's looking for revenge. It is a 10 spree right now. Winner of this plays Toronto tomorrow. You know that is something Standy at least has in the back of his mind, but that's out of game, in game. The man is just about his business, trying to shred Minnesota Røkkr again, pushing the pace, but we go towards a hill where New York can constantly, just one of those things. They have the response. They know how to play this to a T. And of all hills, this is where they're starting to work on the comeback checkmate. We know how this map can be.
Scary map. Possible to make the comeback, and for the New York Subliners down quite a bit now, they have to make this happen. This could be the last time we hear from them here in the 2021 season. The Death Gods potentially. Now let's go for a quick listen in with the New York Subliners.
I'm here, Paco. I'm here, Paco.
Top B wing. He went under wing to A search. I got B wing. Let's or one more A search.
Got him.
Nice.
Whole time. I'm playing on the right.
I'm blocking.
Pushing open. I'm pushing up. Yeah, you got a hard block and don't die.
Okay.
I can't help you, Paco.
One more stairs.
Heard you, Standy, one shot. He's capped too, guys.
Come here.
Standy's one shot on the right. Close on me, Dylan, I'm gonna die. I'm one shot, I'm running.
Later.
I got naded, yo.
It could be
One to the right wing. He's top A wing, top A wing.
Careful.
No.
Alright, one A search, one top lane.
Where's Major? Major was all right.
One more
I'm looking A long, I'm pushing A long.
Oh, he's
Under A wing. One shot A long, one shot our wall bank box. One shot,
I'm looking at
there's 3 doors, you gotta hold
low wing, Major.
I'm looking low wing.
You went right.
No, I'm going radio.
He's on our P5 box. Yo, one shot P5 box. That's one kid new.
Okay, I split
One kid new. They're gonna hit through. They're gonna hit through. I spawned out old, guys. I spawned out old. I'm gonna try to push through.
One shot. Quick. Close words.
They're hitting through there.
They're hitting around the back of me.
One more old attach. One more old attach.
Top ladder.
That's one PTO.
They're running on the back.
Good win.
There's only one on you, Mack.
Yeah, no. They're still spawning dark, guys.
Looking for one dark to one on you.
We can go back.
One more in the back. One more in the back.
No, front
I got the guy tail. One more front.
I got
under tower spawns. 2. One more back dark. They're all getting tower spawns. All of them tower spawns.
Pushing to P5. Pushing to P5.
Yep.
Radio. We should.
I got a trophy out on your P5. I'm looking your wood.
I'm watching the pitch.
I got him radio. One top tower. Top tower.
I'm looking in your wood.
Yeah, I'm pitching.
Get in time over his walls. Get in time.
I got him.
It's right on me. What step?
Push this kid. There's 2 steps. 2 steps.
Dead.
2 steps. Attach and someone else steps.
One radio. Standy radio.
Standy radio. Attach major steps. I'm gonna go top.
To the back on me. Radio. One shot. One shot. One shot.
Top viewing. Taco. You gotta kill skip for me.
Attach one shot radio. Attach one radio.
One ladder. Ladder person dead. I got you.
Don't push me radio.
I'm looking radio cross Paco. Paco, good win.
Wood stairs.
Smoked. Got him. They're all backwood. All backwood.
I'm blocking P1. I'm blocking
backwoods one.
I'm looking in your radio.
Yo, I gotta back up. They're nading the fuck out of me. They're hitting right side. They're hitting right side.
Hitting middle wall.
Yo, I'm in new. Looking my ladder. Clay, come up here.
One shot at their back wall.
One more. You have one.
It's low. Wood.
Clay, you have a trophy?
No, I don't.
Yo,
Okay,
careful,
right. Dead.
Nice. Clay, good job.
Careful,
Yo,
P2.
if you want to hit right, you can. But I'm hitting
I'm
mannequin.
going right.
Stay, Mike. Stay.
Clay's hitting right. Yo, Paco, come top lane. Come top lane.
Bottom tower after run. I'm dying. I'm
Okay, just break. Maybe one top you.
No, on me, A long. He ran back. He ran back to right crate.
Heard you.
They're gonna be on him in hill, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna play through A wing. I'm gonna play A wing. Nice, under A wing. Charlie, Paco, dead, Paco. He's gonna hold A wing. 3. I know, right? Let's get A control. Just A control.
And what do you know? Just like that, the lead goes into the hands of the Subliners. What a chain it has been, Chance.
Bro, they lost the spawns on that last hill immediately, and they still held from the front. The comeback is in, but as it stands, right, the final 15 seconds, the scrap time goes the other way. Close to a tied game that we have, but we have seen it quite a few times at this point where New York, they have that rotation in P2, and they get broken down. They need someone to step up and find these kills, or Minnesota are just going to start to run them over once again. New York, this is where champions can be made. This is where they need to fix those mistakes.
Standy with the streaks, though. An early investment, Clay. See you, buddy. We're going to take this one all the way to the backside. Mack will stay alive. It doesn't kill the players in the point, but it may give them an opening now to get on top of it. Standy trying to get his way forward. Still, artillery in hand. Attach now on the outside of the point. Here comes the slide. Attach finds one. The trades are there. Now Mack, on a push for streaks of his own, stays alive, even with Røkkr on the point. But look, Subliners still close right-hand side. They're able to get to the fight quick.
Oh, they just get bullied out on P2 time and time again. The crew's obviously helping this time, but you want the streaks. If there's anything you could do to make this comeback, the streaks you want, but you cannot get, and of course, it is Standy that shuts them down. The P2, the ever-present problem, but even still, it is what? Effectively a tied game we have on checkmate. And hey, if the first half of the hills for New York have not been going well, the second half certainly have. So Minnesota, the pressure is on them. You got a couple parallels coming through right now. HyDra very far pushed out. They're looking for the left side, but of course, you got to keep in mind, Standy, the score streak himself, he still has the artillery in his back pocket.
HyDra now made his way all the way from one side of the map to the other, still keeping the kills going. Looking to find number 3, MajorManiak is there, Standy with the coverage. Kills come through. Clay now picking up where HyDra left off, making their way forward. Oh my god, that came from out of nowhere! Attached from the other side of the map. Hard point still in the hands of the New York Subliners. The contest is there, and MajorManiak kicks the door down.
Well, you got New York, right? They had a couple times where they were still spawning on the left side, and well, they're still over there. Clayster picks up a big 2 in the hill. He does get taken down, but there is not a ton of time left at either team. Going to be able to collect a great deal of it. But right now, HyDra, you see actually the play. There's pressure on Minnesota. They're thinking about that push, thinking about the push, or do they just want to play for the kills? They're waiting for those kills to fall in their lap. It is a 11-point game.
Couple of snakes there on the outside of the A lane, and they're going to now find those kills. HyDra, can he get somewhere in there? And again, a moment of silence has fallen across checkmate. As the tension now, as Minnesota Røkkr take the lead back. 2 players now still holding this one down. HyDra up over the top rope, finds one. Hard point now in the hands of NYSL. Kill comes through. HyDra can't get it all done himself. Clay's there to pick it up, as is Mack.
And what kind of patient play is that, HyDra? The veteran decision waits forever to take those gunfight and times it perfectly with the team. The coordination from New York on point, and this is where they can start to spiral things out of control. It is a 15-point game, as close as it can be, but we saw what happened on P5 the last go-around. It was New York with the effective full 60, and well, they got the spawns for it this time. Potentially, they could end the game on new, but it would take a ton. But that score, oh my God. Back against the wall, elimination game we have, fighting for top 4 and to go further in champs. This is as close as it could be, but New York, this is the setup that they want.
It's the setup they had. Asim keeping the back line open. MajorManiak slides through, finds one opening, but here comes the kill team. They're going to push him back, make sure he doesn't find anything. Standy going to make things more difficult on the front line now. Mack cleaned up. Clayster with the angles. Doesn't get the kill, though. Teamwork again prevailing. Subliners now 2-11 and climbing, looking to force the game 5. You've got yourself Priestahh in the hard point alone. Mack cuts him down. MajorManiak, though, looking to make it happen, but he's alone. Spawns now on the left-hand side, keeping them close for Røkkr. But Chance, this is back and forth. This is still anyone's game.
And they just got him out of the hill. Attach is able to find 2 from God knows where, but he takes him down. That could have been a situation where New York, I mean, they could have been 10 points away from the game ender, but again, the call and response, the back and forth is there, and they are fighting. Oh! Standy with 2 massive kills. and they're going to have that early rotation of P1. Clayster, the only one up. He's trying to stay alive, and hey, maybe New York's finding the kills in this situation. The battle inside the hill, Røkkr are there first.
It could come down to this, one more battle on the plane, and that could decide who goes. Is it a game 5, or do we say goodbye to the Subliners? Priestahh holding the lane down. Tatch, he's going to find a few. Mack from the back line now, desperately trying to make the entrance into that hard point. Trophies down. You can see Røkkr lined up for the push. Here we go. Clay goes in first, finds one. Asim, tip of the spear, finds a few more. Damage dealt. HyDra on the flank. How many can he get? He needs to get in there faster. There's 30 seconds remaining on this point, and Røkkr can still win the game here. Chance. HyDra, quick contest. Where's the kill? The Phenom finds one, but Røkkr are still on the point. It is now 10 seconds for the win. And oh my word, MajorManiak is going to get it done. Where are New York Subliners? Where are they? They couldn't find the kills. It is done. Wait! Now it's over! Røkkr survive! The comeback kings keep the dream going!
In some of those kills, Minnesota Røkkr were able to find towards the tail end of that game. I mean, we're on P5. Attach is what? Somewhere in the middle of the map, picking up 2 pieces, getting these players outside of the hill. You have Standy then again, lighting the kill feed up. I mean, he opens it, going on a 10 spree. I mean, hell, credit where credit is due. New York fought back in that game, being down so much, but towards the end, we know how that Minnesota ice works, man. They are always in the game, ready to battle. And they fought back just enough towards the end. They get the win in a 3-1 fashion, and well, for New York on the other side, that is the map that ends their year.
And it is commiserations for the New York Subliners. The year ends there. And what a run it was. From difficulties finding the right mix of players to tragedy with Zuma retiring, it's been non-stop difficulties for that squad, but they truly persevered, and at times we were all believers. But that is it. We will see them on Vanguard next year, whatever sort of iteration they have, but for Røkkr, Cold War continues for them, 3-1 in the end.
And I think one of the most, well, okay, Standy is the most impressive thing. Good guy, 6K damage just about to his name. I mean, again, he is the guy that turns the hard points around, and MajorManiak 30 kills right there with him. But for me, this is like a revenge, right, Standy? That Rookie of the Year battle. He's got insight in his sights. Once again tomorrow, they got to play against Toronto again. It is that old Stage 5 Grand Finals rematch. How good is tomorrow going to be?
With the final Battle of the North for the 2021 season tomorrow now. The stage is set for that one, and for Røkkr, man, it was just kill after kill, and these final moments, the desperation, the push from HyDra, I mean, just the heart to fight through at this moment in time, desperately trying to get it done. MajorManiak, the setup was there, the 5 spree, all he has to do is tuck himself away in that corner, stay alive for a few more seconds, and the map is theirs. Incredible perseverance, incredible tenacity. Røkkr, man, what a run. They've got to be feeling good about that. Back-to-back 2 times they're doing it. Røkkr feeling good.
And they were in a situation, right, where it seemed like it was going to be concerning about their ability to win the hard points. Well, they come out in this series and win both of them. Ridiculous stuff. Even after the reset, we know how difficult that can be when you have a massive lead, about to get those streaks, and then the game all of a sudden ends, and it is just so frustrating. Well, they dealt with it like it was nothing. They recreated the exact same situation in Minnesota. Again, just the amount of composure that these 4 players have, I mean, virtually unparalleled.
Yeah, it's a real amount of mental effort to pull the matches back like that. So we'll see. Those boys should get a very, very good rest tonight because they've got one hell of a day ahead of them tomorrow. Champs is not quite done with them yet. Mate, what a day. What a ridiculous day. Look at the bracket now. Winners finals on Saturday. FaZe Empire running it back. The Major 1 Grand Finals. They've had one hell of a run against each other. True rivals throughout the year. And we called it at the very start of this season. When they first had it, they were going to go toe-to-toe all year. And who knows, right at the end, that may be the case. Still, 2.5 mil up for grabs here at playoffs. Oh my God, what a day, man. What an incredible series. What a wonderful way to finish things off. Again, commiserations for NYSL. It was quite the run, but it was not theirs this year. We'll see what they can bring in Vanguard. But that's it, Chance. Let's go through it now to Jess, who's talking to Attach. Mr. Iceman himself.
Thank you so much, Miles. That's right. Give it up for Attach here over for your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. So Attach, first off, I know we opened up that map with that restart. What were you guys thinking and saying to each other during that map reset?
We were like, wow, this is very frustrating. Don't lose full. We can't let it get to us. I don't want that to be the reason we lose at COD Champs. So we bounced back, came out hot again. They brought it back a little bit, but then we were able to close it out.
Well, congrats on closing that out. You got the win. You made top 4. How happy are you with the way the team is playing right now?
I'm incredibly happy. We had a very slow start versus Dallas, and then we kind of bounced back versus 100T. We had to win a control and 2 SNDs. But now we beat New York, which is a really good respawn team, in 3 respawns. So I guess we're flipping the switch now. We're turning into a respawn team. We just got to make sure we're firing on all cylinders across all game modes.
Definitely. Well, tomorrow you guys are going to be facing Toronto Ultra for the Battle of the North, part 3, 4. I don't know what this is. You beat them the last 2 times we saw this. You first had that sweep, and then you had that epic reverse sweep that will go down in COD history. So how confident are you that you can take this match versus Ultra tomorrow?
I mean, we're feeling really good. We're just excited to come out and play again. We only got, what, 2 more days of Call of Duty left. We worked so hard throughout this season, so we're just go out there, give it our all, and hopefully get a few dubs. I think, what, 3 more matches and we win? That's the goal.
Cannot wait to see that. Make some noise once again for Attach for your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. Back over to Miles and Chance.
Well, the top 4 is solidified now, and what a mighty top 4 it is. But again, the Battle of the North, the final Battle of the North of the 2021 season. It's coming up tomorrow. Mark your calendars, friends. It's going to be insane. Can't wait to go through that one. A Scump play of the game, though, from that last one. We're going to get to Standy. The man went on a 10 spree. You've got to show him the love, Chance.
I do. I don't know what he ate or talked about before this series, but he certainly chose violence. I mean, again, just the instantaneous get your team the lead. And when you're shooting like this, you got to feel so good. This is one of those, you just know he's going to get this kill. It is a certified fact before it happens, but I just love how cool tomorrow is going to be, right? It is like the rematch that we have from the previous grand finals, and then of course the teams in the winners bracket, well, that's your rematch from your finals at champs last year. So we are just stacked up, the 4 best teams in the world that they have proven it time and time again. Now they go toe to toe and see who gets that top spot.
It's really crazy when you think about it. Yeah, so many grand finals. We've seen the World Championship finals from last year as well. All 4 of those teams certainly deserving it. What an incredible day it's been so far, but that's day 2 almost done. We're not quite finished just yet. We've still got one more deck segment with the boys. Lando will be with you after the break.
I'm legendary. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I'm legendary. You know. Let's go. Out of the dust, a legend is born. Born for the game, born for the throne. Up from the ground, and out of the gates. I am the storm, I am the thunder, I am the eye of the hurricane. Yeah, cause I'm the only one that's born for this shit.